It's the Tel Aviv Hilton, scene of the first Israel Metal Industries Week, organized by the National Committee of the Metal Industries. Here, gathered under one roof, are visitors from abroad and local exhibitors representing the entire metalworking industrial complex, including private enterprises, Histadrut's trade union, and kibbutzim industries, as well as government-owned industries. All arrangements for the guests were dutifully and carefully executed by the host committee, including swift and efficient registration, ample display space, comfortable lounging and meeting areas, and professional sessions for the participants. For those visitors from abroad, special tours of the Holy Land were planned, including stop-offs at some of the plants of Israel's large and varied metal industries network. At the opening session, the participants were given facts about the achievements toward the promotion of the export of metal products from Israel. The government has set a goal of increasing metal goods exports to $200 million by 1975, as compared to $65 million in 1970.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first Metal Week. We say first because we hope there'll be many more, and we hope that this one will be very successful.
Israel is forming an industrial complex with the ability to meet the demand of a complete variety of products, from the most basic materials and components to highly complex and sophisticated systems, through the development of existing plants as well as the establishment of new ones. Greetings to the conference were given in a special address in the name of the government of Israel by the acting Minister of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ze'ev Sher. This event brought together, for the first time in an organized program, hundreds of visitors from Western Europe and North America, buyers, investors, and management, exploiting further possibilities for trading with Israel. Many of those present brought with an expertise in modern production know-how and ideas for developing new marketing channels. At the exhibition, some of the new industries established in Israel had an opportunity to display the variety and quality of their wares, and to show that there is a great selection of production technologies here in Israel. Here, buyer met seller, engineer exchanged ideas with engineer, manufacturer deliberated with investor. The Israel Metal Industries Week became a talked-about success that started with the early hours of the exhibition and concluded on a most promising level of probing and developing new markets. For many who were introduced to this young but dynamic industry in Israel, it was an enlightening experience. They were able to see that the industry has the potential to offer a tremendous variety of goods and skills for export to all corners of the world. There's a good deal of cooperation between the metalworking industry and research centers in Israel. These government-sponsored institutions carry on long-range programs of research and provide an advisory and troubleshooting service to the industry. The Technion and the Weizmann Institute take active roles in this sort of research and development. During the past few years, large sums of money have been invested by both Israeli and foreign entrepreneurs in the expansion and modernization of established factories, as well as setting up new ones. The trend in the industry is to change over to more sophisticated production machinery and equipment, including the most advanced numerically controlled systems. The fact that a considerable portion of the output is purchased by the Ministry of Defense has obliged the metal industry to maintain the highest possible standard, since products destined for Israel's defense are characterized by certain precise features and must conform to strict and complicated specifications. The Israel metal industry is a sizable one. Of its 90,000 employees, better than 10% are engineers, mechanics, and technicians. The balance of the workforce is composed of skilled personnel and production operators. Precision is the key word, and Israel has the ability to produce a tremendous variety of goods and products with its skilled labor force. Today's Israeli worker compares favorably to his counterpart in any Western country and has proved himself quick to learn and capable of absorbing new techniques with high standards of performance. The government offers special assistance to metal enterprises introducing internal schemes for vocational and advanced training. In 1969, over 7,000 adults participated in programs of this nature, and a continuous supply of skilled and qualified workers is guaranteed through Israel's excellent and wide vocational school system. In addition, Israel absorbs a large number of immigrants each year, most of them from Europe and North America. Many come with professional training and advanced know-how and make an important contribution to Israel's manpower available to the industry. In the developing countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, Israel is associated with regional, agricultural, and industrial development. This also includes a number of turnkey projects, where complete operations are developed, produced, broken in, and then turned over to the respective client. In developed countries, the Israel metalworking industry is known for a wide range of sophisticated products, which, in many cases, are the result of original research and development. In today's world of mechanization and technology, the kibbutz has developed its own industry, which has grown considerably over the past years. In the kibbutz, communal living is part of the philosophy, and the efforts of each and every individual is for the benefit of the community. Teamwork is part of a way of life and is key to productivity in the kibbutz industries, just as it has been for years in the working of the soil and the rebuilding of the land. From development to production, inspection, packaging, shipping, and even marketing, it's a family concern of a very large nature, producing products for home, agriculture, and industry. Through a special law for the encouragement of capital investment, the government gives many benefits to entrepreneurs investing in export-oriented enterprises. Before new products are exported, they undergo rigorous testing, constant adjusting, and improvement, until the final product to be marketed will meet the most stringent requirements of potential users. This not only means competitive pricing and high quality, but the ability to service the equipment and provide a complete stock of spare parts. Israel has vast potential in various spheres of the metal industry. This is attributed to its manpower, to engineering know-how, to high technological standards in manufacturing, and the capacity of sophisticated and versatile equipment available. At the same time, wages in Israel's industry are among the lowest of industrialized nations. This enables her to compete favorably on the world market, in marketing finished products as well as in supplying semi-finished items through subcontracting. The metal industry in Israel is self-sufficient in producing its own tooling, molds, and dies required for manufacturing. In 1967, exports totaled $30 million. In 1971, $75 million. And during the 4-year period, ending in 1970, the output of the metals industry grew by more than 130%, an almost unprecedented growth rate even for Israel. Thus, one can see that there is good reason for the great optimism concerning the expected industrial and economic success. To keep up with the present growth of the industry, thousands of technicians and mechanics will be absorbed in the various metalworking fields over the next several years. The skill and precision that were obvious in the products displayed at the exhibition were of no surprise to those who became acquainted with the standards of the industry. A tremendous variety of possibilities exist for products through the Israel metalworking industries, where there is a great talent to combine creativity, craftsmanship, and technology. Israel metalworking plants have already proved that they are capable of manufacturing in accordance with the precise specifications required by clients in Europe and the United States. Products are of the highest quality and meet the strictest criteria for quality control. This, combined with punctual delivery, according to a predetermined schedule, makes the Israel metalworking industry a forceful and competitive bidder in all facets of the world market. The total output of the metalworking industry in 1970 was over $920 million, more than double the 1967 output. In 1971, production output is over $1 billion. The optimism of the growth of the metals industry has prompted the government and the industry itself to plan for future development. The needed manpower will be provided by institutes of higher education in Israel, returning Israelis who have studied abroad, and new immigrants. The doubling of exports during the past few years is a strong indication of the gross potential of the industry. Today, the Israel metals industry is furthering its search for new contacts in investment, technical know-how, and marketing. The considerable investments made in the metalworking industry over the last few years are beginning to reap the profits of Israel's expanding markets. Today, exports are sent to developing countries and advanced industrialized nations. Products are checked and rechecked at every phase of production for precision, for quality, for conformity and composition. Each item is a reference to the master design and must conform to the most demanding standards that the industry has adopted for itself. The pride of the industry, as well as the people who make up its working force, and the pride that they have in their country, has created a metalworking industry that soon will rate among the finest in the world. Maintaining the highest possible level of efficiency and quality, Israel's metalworking industries are prepared for the future, to develop, to create, to meet new challenges. We gratefully acknowledge the cooperation of those whose plant operations were chosen at random and photographed to represent the Israel's metal industry.